up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are still here at the LA Auto Show. Of course, we had to stop by the Kia booth, and there's some excitement to share with you. This is it. This is your new, updated, changed up, refresh 2024 Kia Seltos. But before we get into this subcompact crossover SUV that's got a new trim for 2024, let's talk about what's going on here. Kia, obviously hot off the heels of the Telluride, still doing its thing with amazing sales. Kia is taking that magic and bringing it through their whole lineup. Now with the Seltos, it's been a couple years since its introduction. We were at the Media Drive event in Texas, but now it's time to take the Seltos to the next level with these updates. When you look at the subcompact category of crossover SUVs, there's a ton of competition from Honda, from Toyota, from Hyundai. What I want to find out, has Kia done the right thing with the Seltos to make it the best new subcompact crossover SUV? Let's go ahead, find out what's different, and find out, is it the one? Let's check it out. Right off the bat, the style. Still following that unique direction of overall style that they started with. I love what they have done with the headlights. You're gonna get full LED daytime running lamps, LED headlights and turn signals. You'll see how that signature lighting now comes into the center grille area, and this is a brand identifier. On the lower portion, you are getting these triple LED beam fog lights. I like the way they just brought a little bit of gloss black, pop in nicely with this all new color. And then of course, coming in front of that tiger nose grille. Grills are so important as a brand identity, and you can see how the tiger nose grille has grown in size. You do have some nice aluminum finish, gloss black, and that lighting that comes in very nicely, cleanly done. On the bottom portion, the way that they put the texture gives it some nice element of depth. And I'm also liking the way that they restructured and redesigned the front fascia. It's got a nice angle on this X-line trim setup with the beautiful aluminum finish. And this is gonna actually give you a cleaner approach angle if you do go a little off-road with this subcompact. Now, when you get up onto the hood, one of my favorite things is just how nicely the hood fits cleanly with the top of the front fascia. You do have your updated Kia badge, of course. And then coming around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So here's what you're gonna find for 2024. You have this 18-inch wheel, machined aluminum, obviously with the gloss black painted center parts. This is gonna give you a nice style to bounce very cleanly. Now, when we look at the size, you're looking at 235 on the width, 45 series sidewall. You can get your Kia Seltos in, of course, front wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Little bit of plastic cladding, nothing too much, it's not going too high. I think it gives it a nice overall rugged look and also keeping it sporty. Now, as we go down the side, so smart the way they have the two-tone option. You're gonna have your sparkling black on the mirror caps, also on your roof, and A-pillars along the bottom, just a little bit of gloss black with the flat black, and that kind of highlights that nice body line flow from the front door to the rear door. And then as we rise back up, another nice little cohesive design is going to be the aluminum roof rails, aluminum style roof rail, with also the window treatment just along the bottom here, not the top and the bottom. That's another area where if they would have went up top, I think it would have made it look a little too top heavy, but just by running it along the bottom keeps it really clean. Color matched on the door handles, and then coming towards the rear quarter window, just like before, you're gonna get nice sunlight to come in with that two-tone shape, and then coming around the rear, you'll see the other different changes. LED lighting, really intricately done, and this is something that builds character into the brand with the Seltos badge. And then of course, we have our new badging on the passenger side. This is that all new trim, working our way down to the bottom, just like up front, that sprinkled silver with the gloss black. Nothing too crazy without anything that looks over the top. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior of this new Seltos and see what's different. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod like before, but the big news is, guess what? You're getting more performance. Like you can see, we do have the 1.6 liter turbocharged inline four, now producing 195 horsepower. That's 20 more horsepower than the previous model year. It's bolted to an 8-speed automatic, 0 to 60 with all-wheel drive in about 5.9 seconds. No official fuel numbers yet, but you know what? That will be coming when we do the first drive. But let's continue our first look and get to the interior of this Seltos. All right, guys, we're inside the all-new 2024 updated, changed up Kia Seltos. Interesting how these subcompacts have really come into their own class and aren't just about being on the smaller side. They actually bring some pretty big things to the interior. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, what is the price of this new Seltos? No official pricing yet, but expect it to be very competitive. And of course, have your different levels of trims with the X line and the X Pro like we're sitting in. But let's see what you're gonna be getting if you go Seltos to the door panels. Still the same clean, great style. The only zonk is that up top that is hard plastic. So I wish that was soft touch plastic. It is not. You do have some gloss black and some nice silver trim. Around the switchgear, it's all flat black, so you don't have to worry about fingerprints. I do like the contrast stitching on the armrests. And then check out the Bose speaker grills. Nice, cool design to separate it from the rest of the pack. Door pockets are pretty good size. Get some food from Baja Fresh and a nice bottle of fruit flavored water to wash it down. Going from the door panel to the dash, still that same great clean setup where everything's moved forward in here. That gives a lot of room for the passenger. You have your simulated stitching, and then here comes the big news. A class first dual screen, totally integrated. 10.25 inch for your digital gauge display. You got your start stop button. We got our dual climate control, nicely done with a little bit of dark gray finish there. Down below, you got a tray for wireless charging. And then, of course, you have a tray for 4 Twinkies, USB-C, USB-A, and a 12-volt. New is going to be an 8-speed automatic transmission that is available. You could, of course, lock the center diff, 3 stages of heated seats, and you got your drive mode selector knob. 2 cup holders, kind of hard as Plymouth Rock. So where the Pilgrims landed, that's how hard this armrest is. But you open it up, guess what? I got keys. I got lots of keys in here. So I don't know why they have all these keys in here, but maybe I should drive one of these home. But the good news is, other than that, you could easily put, I would say, a nice bag of boiled peanuts. You're driving down the road, you see the boiled peanut stand. My dad used to always pull over when we would go to the 12 Hours of Sebring, buy a bag of boiled peanuts and then stink up the car and make me want to puke. But I have keys in here, so I wonder if those are supposed to be in there. Probably not. Seats, soft touch material. Love the simplicity and also the comfort you're going to get. You do have manual seat controls for the passenger. Don't you worry, because look at this, watch. I have electric seat controls for the driver. Tons of headroom. I am missing a sunroof in here. Sunroof would be very important, but why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this updated. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Now, of course, you're going to get that same great space, even though this is a subcompact, but we did something we weren't supposed to. I actually turned on the accessories. Shh, don't tell anybody. Here is that 10.25 inch infotainment system screen with your navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Nice swipe features just like before. What else do we have? Leather wrapped steering wheel, little bit of gloss black, flat black on the switchgear, and then there is the all new digital gauge cluster. Industry first in a subcompact. Love the way it's got that nice clear graphics. Look at when you go into your different modes. Absolutely love it. And then of course, you have all of that information in the center as well. But very nicely laid out. Ours has all-wheel drive. That is what gets the power to the ground. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see how much room we have in this Seltos. All right, guys, back seat time. And you know what? Not a redesign, so you're still gonna get the same great space in the back of this. I just wish they would have put a pocket for behind the driver's seat, but the good news is with the plastic, you could easily clean this off when your kids are kicking the back of your seat, telling you to take them to McDonald's and get you a Happy Meal. You do have your AC vents in the back, 2 USB-Cs, and a nice cubby here for some peanut M&Ms. I have my own pocket, so I could easily take my abacus and have a place to store it. So when I'm doing my math on how many videos I need to film for the week, I can have that abacus there. Pull this down, semi-soft, a lot softer than that armrest with the 2 cup holders, but you know what? They say big things come in small packages. Let's check out the cargo area in this Seltos. All right, guys, time to get in the cargo area. Still loving the lighting. You're gonna hit the button and just lift it up. You're gonna be greeted to a nice wide opening, low cargo floor. The seats could do the 60-40 split tango. And then what's nice is you do have a spare underneath. And what's also great about this rear cargo floor is that it's adjustable. This is in the lower setting. You could actually bring it up higher if you need to, depending on what you're trying to drive around. But these are the things that we have on display at the LA Auto Show. Let me know what you think. Is this the best subcompact crossover SUV to be buying over the Honda, over the Toyota, and everything in between? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. We got to give it up to the hardest working person in all of YouTube, Lori, working that camera like a champ. Show her some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.